What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kai here. Welcome to the video. Now today I'm gonna discuss the last two chapters of the Boruto manga. These aren't actual reviews. Now most of you know that I reviewed every single episode of the Boruto anime. Obviously I haven't done the last few because I need to catch up, but I will do that in the next few days. And so my perfect streak stays when it comes to the anime reviews, but when it comes to the manga, I actually created this channel at the end of 2016, so I technically couldn't review every Boruto chapter. So, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to things like this. So when it comes to the manga, I don't have that perfect 100% score, so it doesn't really matter. So as I said, this is not a review. I'm not going to give numerical ratings to these two chapters. I just want to discuss Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen specifically, and obviously I'm not going to go over every single detail in the last two chapters, which I usually do with Boruto chapters, and I will do that with the next Boruto chapter. But for now, let's just discuss it. And so yeah, let's get into it. Honestly, I think this time skip is very close. I think I made a video about this 1 or 2 months ago. Wasn't very consistent recently, so I'm not too sure. But all these fights that are going on right now are just indicating to me that, yeah, we're close to the time skip. Because at this point, there's just too many fights. You know, of course, these chapters were extremely exciting, don't get me wrong. But I'm like, all right. We had this fight with Ao, actually multiple fights with Ao. Then we had Kashin Koji, fight with Kashin Koji, right? Then boom, 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 here's Delta. We have a fight with Delta. You know, of course, I think there was like 1 or 2 slice of life chapters. You know, it was like kind of slower, I guess, for a certain period. And then boom, Jigen. And now Jigen is fighting against Naruto and Sasuke. So I really think that we're close to the time skip, because things are just escalating so much right now. Jigen has this cool ability where like he makes things super small and then they just become bigger all of a sudden. Apparently there's another secret to his abilities that Sasuke noticed, but it wasn't revealed to us in this chapter. I really wish that we get that piece of information in the next chapter, because I'm very curious, like extremely curious. Jigen, I don't think he's gonna kill Naruto or Sasuke in the next chapter. I don't think they're gonna be defeated. I think somebody like Naruto or Sasuke might get hurt or something like that, but they will also hurt Jigen and he will be forced to retrieve, I think. Because if somebody's gonna die, it's definitely not gonna be in part 1 of Boruto. At least that's how I see it. And by the way, I do acknowledge the fact that Boruto most likely won't split into 2 parts. It's most likely going to be just one series. I mean, even Naruto, it was called Naruto, right? The manga, the 700 chapter manga, but then the anime split itself into Naruto, Naruto Shippuden. So I don't even know why I brought that up, but I'm just going to refer to it as Boruto Part 1. You guys get what I mean by that. And so as I said, I don't think that anybody's going to die in Part 1. I don't necessarily think that it's too early, but I just have a feeling that nobody's going to die right now. Like I've talked about Kawaki and his development so many times throughout the past couple of months, and you know, just hearing, I mean not hearing, but like reading all the words he said about Naruto in this chapter, it really it really makes my heart warm. And you know, I think that I'm gonna like save this for a separate video, but I want to talk about the opening scene of the Boruto anime and the Boruto manga. But separate video, right? That's going to be in a separate video, because right now I'm just like randomly discussing some of the details from the last 2 chapters. As I already said, there's so many fights right now. The pacing is very quick. And I just see like a time skip pretty soon. I think like, I don't know which YouTuber it was, but I watched somebody's review. And I saw, like, I was reading the comment section. I wanted to see what other people say, and somebody said, well, maybe Jigen has like the 10 tails and then he's gonna like make it bigger or something like that. I think that might be a little too much at this point, but he definitely has some backup weapons, I'd say. I mean, these chakra rods are already overpowered enough. But as I said, I do think that he has more to offer. Um, One thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but like that horn thing that was growing out from Kawaki, um, it's just I don't know what to say about it. He's probably like evolving this like Otsutsuki related power or something like that. I don't know. Even Jigen was surprised at it. Definitely one of the highlights of these two chapters was Kashin Koji realizing that he was the one who was investigated, and not the other way. Cause like he wanted, like he was, I guess, testing Jigen and his intentions or whatever, but then he didn't know that Jigen could pop up in front of Kawaki at any point. So realistically, he was the one who was being investigated, right? Jigen investigated Kashin Koji and his intentions, and I think that he saw Kashin Koji's toad right there. So it's interesting to see what happens with Kashin Koji after all of this. After all, he's still in the Hidden Leaf Village. Maybe after this fight ends, he will come up to Naruto and say, "Yo, I'm actually on your side, but I'm like a double agent." I don't know how likely that is, and I don't know if Naruto and Sasuke would trust him if he does that. That might be a little too risky. That sounds like a fanfic, to be honest, after giving it a second thought. But yeah, I'm just like curious about what's gonna happen with Kashin Koji in the future, right? Like that guy is super mysterious. Obviously, he has some ties with Konoha. When he entered the village, his chakra was already registered. It's nearly September of 2019, and some people are still saying that Kashin Koji is Jiraiya, which blows my mind. But like I'm 100% like, okay, I can't say 100, but like 99.9% sure that Kashin Koji isn't Jiraiya. And I do hope that we get some information on him pretty soon. Now, I already mentioned the time skip earlier in this video. And honestly, I think that the conclusion of this fight would literally be the perfect timing. Like, literally. And I do think that it's super possible that we get the time skip in the next, like, 3 or 4 chapters. Of course, it depends on how long this fight will be. But like everybody can pretty much go all out because they're in a different dimension. When Naruto was fighting Delta, he couldn't go all out because of the village, right? He could like kill half of the villagers if he went all out, even more of them. Like probably he could blow up the entire village. But what I'm saying is he can go all out right now. Now Sasuke, I don't think he can go all out because he's gonna need some chakra when they end their fights, you know, to return to the Hidden Leaf Village, because he doesn't want to be stuck there with Naruto eternally, right? Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Now, Jigen sucked Naruto into this dimension in this chapter, and now Naruto is aware that he can do that. But this is very dangerous, obviously, because Naruto can't transfer himself like from one dimension to another. So, yeah, that just whatever. But I'm gonna make a separate video about the first scene of the Boruto anime / manga. You guys probably, most of you already know what I'm gonna talk about there. But I was always saying that I'm like pretty certain that Naruto isn't dead in the first episode, and this just makes my theory even more possible that he was just sent to a different dimension or something like that. But then again, I want to save this for a separate video. So yeah, I really enjoyed these 2 chapters. I'm gonna get back to like normal reviews in the next one. I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen. I don't think the next chapter will conclude the fight, but maybe the one after it. Yeah, let's see if Kashin Koji does something in the village while Naruto and Sasuke are away. Obviously, like there's so many Genins out there and Jonins, of course. Sakura might get a fight or something like that. It was also mentioned that like the Byakugo seal, like it existed ever since like the Sage of Six Paths times or whatever. I think that was mentioned in like not the last chapter but the one before it, in chapter 36. But whatever, guys. Next chapter, that's when I'm returning to old school reviews where I pretty much give numerical ratings to the chapters. And so stay tuned for that. After this video, I don't know when exactly I'll upload it, but the next video should be about the Boruto anime. I'm officially going to be caught up by the time that gets uploaded, and then I can get back to normal uploading schedule. That was your boy Son Hokage, and I will see you in my next video.